a pre-war shoujo is getting reprinted, and it came out in 1934, and now for the first time in over a century, they're bringing it back in its full color for the world to see. For those who don't know what I'm talking about The Mysterious Clover, which came out in 1934 as a one-shot before World War II, and for the first time in almost a century, it's being reprinted in full color and being released to the public in March. Now, as you see here, Matsumoto Katsuji's 1934 one-shot, The Mysterious Clover, is being reprinted in full original color for the first time in almost a century, and it's coming out in March. There's a picture of it here. We'll just get a little close up. Well, I say close up, but it's a little bit far away. It is a 16-page pre-war manga that only received one reprint since 1934 and 2014, which it was put into the magazine Tsumugi. But unlike the original manga, it was a reprint in black and white, and has also since become out of print and very rare, and to which the original print of the manga is sitting in the Yayoi Museum. The manga is inspired by Scarlet Pimpernel and Zoro, and follows a young girl who fights the greedy nobles to return money that they stole back to the hands of the peasants, eventually inciting a revolution, kind of like how Zoro and the other characters of the time that Zoro came out, kind of like Robin Hood, so on and so forth. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. The manga was very innovative for its time, using unique varying angles and panel sizes. It also was one of the earliest action shoujo manga following a strong fighting heroine, and has lines such as, "Boy, girl, it doesn't matter. In our hearts, we believe in justice." Now, while The Mysterious Clover was not one of Matsumoto's first works, it is his first full-fledged manga that he ever released. Before that, he had a couple different things. There was a website dedicated to his life, by the way, which I really think you should check out. But you need to look at Matsumoto as someone who impacted the manga industry, especially pre-war. This was helping getting it out there. It was helping establishing this bond and interest in the manga community. And he has stuff that, like, inspired other creators to, like Akira and other notable works from the earlier 60s and 70s. It all got inspired by him, and it is one of the more influential pieces that came out pre-war. And to think that they're able to fully re-release the manga to allow newer generations to experience what their grandfathers and their grandmothers were able to read before the war happened, or to let other people who never got to experience it in, print, physical print, and add it to our collection instead of paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know the exact cost of it, but an absurd amount of money just to get the physical print. And for those who don't know who Matsumoto is, he's basically the pioneer of kawaii. That's what he was especially deemed during the mid-20th century. Everyone was like, he is the pioneer of it. And you might know of Kurumi-chan or Kuru, but this website is fantastic, by the way. I just want to point it out. I'll put the link down below, but they really do a nice, good timeline of his life and comparative to his work to real life things, such as when World War I began, him and his family were moving to Tokyo. The Great Kanto earthquake happened. He moved to Shanghai. It shows on what happens. And then, 1938, Kurumi-chan, that's when that came out. And then 1939, Gone with the Wind. They do a nice, very good comparison of his life, what he did, and all of his other works that came out, and things that happened in the world. And then, comparatively, he moved to the U.S. to visit his traveled to the U.S. for the first time, I believe, to visit his second son. And, Hello Kitty came out at the same time. Thought maybe they're, intertwined. You don't know. But it does a very good comparison of how the timeline is, how his life is, and how he influenced other things. And then, by the way, Rosa Versailles, very good. Really, really recommend it. So it's nice to see that manga history is being brought back to the world to allow other people to have a chance to read it and pick it up. And it's not just with manga. There's a lot of companies that are working on bringing older out-of-print anime and giving them life once more. And one of the bigger companies that is doing that is Discotek, which I could do a whole video talking about that, which I probably will. But let me know down below. So let me also know what you guys think of this amazing news, bringing older manga back and allowing the newer generation to read. I, for one, am going to try to pick it up if it ever gets an English print, and I really do think that it's something that is very notable and something worth talking about. Let me know what you guys think. Love you all, appreciate you all, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.